it would not be fun to run aground thinking that that was an okay place to boat. The color of the water, the trees, it just, it's everything. It's beautiful. This is the best experience. Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between. Good morning. Today is day 3 of what we are making a 4-part, which is usually a 3-part Gulf crossing, which we are doing the Big Bend.
Today we are heading from Cedar Key to Crystal River, and we have timed our departure a little bit later than the past couple days because the entrance to Crystal River, especially in the winter, is 4 feet at low tide.
Very shallow.
So that's too close for comfort, so we're waiting for the tide to come up a little bit, which is this afternoon.
And oh, I'm wearing the same clothes I have for the past 3 days.
Vamos! Bye, Cedar Key. See you next time. It is like glass out here. It's gonna be a beautiful cruise. Today's weather is supposed to be better than yesterday's, and tomorrow is supposed to be better than today's. So that is awesome.
It's very apparent whenever, and it really hits you whenever you come in at high tide and then you see a totally different environment at low tide. As we are going through the channel out to the Gulf of Mexico, we can see this channel is pretty well marked, and that's for a reason. There's huge shoals, and we didn't see these shoals when we were coming in yesterday. So now we can see them, and it would not be fun to run aground thinking that that was an okay place to boat.
Head in the clouds when I'm with you. I'm up so high, can't touch the ground if I wanted to. I wanna fly. You make me feel like I'm on top of the world. Whoa.
One thing is for sure, we have seen more dolphins in and around Cedar Key, like even while we're anchored, which is not normally we see a ton of. It's usually when we're cruising, a ton of dolphins. We have seen so many dolphins at Cedar Key. It has been absolutely incredible. Ollie has gotten a ton of exercise because she likes to do laps around the boat, checking out the dolphins, making sure where they're located, even though she has no idea where. And it's just been like non-stop dolphin watch. It has been absolutely incredible. So that is another highlight if you choose to do the Big Bend route, that Cedar Key, in our experience, had a ton of wildlife. I mean, dolphins, pelicans, I think cormorants, I saw a bald eagle, lots and lots of wildlife. It's been absolutely incredible.
It's sure to be a beautiful ride.
It feels pretty surreal for it to be this calm, like glass. We have not much around us. We have a fishing boat that's passing by way off in the distance, a power plant also way off in the distance. I think it's probably a tug and barge way off in the distance. And then our buddy boat is the closest thing to us. But it is just gentle rollers out here, like not even a foot tall, really calm. It is absolutely beautiful. We are so grateful for today's weather. The weather that we've had over the past now 3 full days, it has been so memorable. I feel so grateful. Cannot believe these conditions right now. It is absolutely perfect. Basically our last like big thing that we need to do on the loop. We did the Atlantic going around New Jersey. We got to Chicago in time. And then we did our Gulf crossing. And I mean, I don't want to jinx it, so knock on wood, but like literally this is the best experience ever. Like this is absolutely fabulous. And it just kind of like, it makes me think back like with, I don't know, I get kind of emotional thinking back because it just makes me feel like how much we've grown and how much we've learned and how much we've improved in like learning weather and like learning what the conditions mean and learning tides and all of these different things. And I'm just really proud of us because as we're like nearing the completion of our Great Loop, it's really incredible just how much we have learned. And so yeah, I'm really proud of us. I'm really proud of Elliot. And I'm just like loving it. It is just glass out here. The sun is shining. There's several clouds in the sky, but there are those like really wide, wispy clouds. They're beautiful. It's warm. It's like 60 degrees, but the sun is shining. It's perfect. Like I'm just so happy. Today's navigation is a little like windy. We went out through the same channel that we entered into Cedar Key. Even though they have a south channel, we decided to go through the same channel because it was low tide, less risk for us in our opinion. And now as we're passing, I think what's like Yankeetown off in the distance because it's the big power plant. We're kind of winding through a few other channels, which is super deep. It's like over 20 feet deep. But one of the cool things is that we're getting a boost in speed. So we are going right now 8 knots, which is awesome. It's super fast for pivot, and it means just less diesel being spent and less time. So we're gonna get there hopefully a little bit faster, which is awesome. For lunch today, we have basically leftover of our Greek bowls last night. So there's tzatziki sauce, some like shawarma blend chickpeas, some feta, tabbouleh, cucumbers, carrots, tomatoes, and olives. So we have a big smorgasbord of yummy goodness stuff, lots of flavor, and yeah, just it's like the perfect meal to just like sit back, enjoy the cruise. It's a very fresh meal, and it feels like a very fresh day on the water in that regard. It is absolutely stunning.
100% agree. Better makes it better. I changed our destination in our navionics to go to the shoaling area. So that way we know exactly what time we're gonna get there because we need to time the tide there. Which means our buddy boat, who draws 4.5 feet, cannot get in at low tide and it needs to be significantly above low. So right now we're kind of planning to get there about a foot over, and that should be good enough. We shall see.
Coming into Crystal River, it is absolutely stunning. Like, this Florida landscape is not seen. I don't think we'll be seeing this Florida landscape going south because it'll be much more developed and so many more people. It'll be a lot more crowded, but this is absolutely stunning. I think this landscape here might just be one of my like top landscapes on the loop, probably because it's so remote and it's so like natural, but it is just beautiful. The color of the water, the trees, the like, it just, oh, it's everything. It's beautiful.
Do you agree, puppy? You ready to see your first manatee?
Guess what time it is? Celebration 30! Woo woo woo! Want a pup cup?
You want a pup cup?
Time to celebrate our third leg of our 4-leg golf crossing. With some ice cream. Ice cream,
Oh,
scream. We all
boy.
scream for ice cream.
Yes.
And for you, my love.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Today was like kind of magical, and it almost feels a little surreal that we're cruising in these conditions. So yeah, I'm just really proud of us because we've learned how to read the weather in conditions that make us happy.
That's right.
Yeah.
What a view. Directly into the sun, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, it's actually warming us up. Pretty packed anchorage, but I can see why. It's beautiful. Ollie, did you just see your first manatee? 2 manatees just came up right there. We didn't have our camera rolling because we're getting ready to go in the dinghy, but it's looking promising to see some manatees. You ready?
Yeah. Let's go. Bye, Pivot. See you later.
There are 2 big springs near this anchorage. We're going to the first one, which I think is Three Sisters Spring. And we're glad we have our electric motor because we're just cruising along really quietly. And hopefully we'll see some manatees.
This is the closest I've ever been to a manatee.
This is incredible. There's, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 manatees that we see at this moment. They're in their protected area, and then they kind of come out and say hi, and then every few minutes they come up for air. They are magical. Here's one right here. That was incredible. Like everything we hoped it would be and more. There's so many of them. We continued all the way down the canal, saw a few more, went to the end, and now we're gonna head out back into the main area, Kings Bay, and then go to the other spring.
Check out our comprehensive travel guide to the Big Bend Gulf Crossing on our website at showandjoe.com.
We include a daily itinerary with marinas and anchorage options, tips and tricks for navigation, and the best things to see and do, like the manatee tours. This area has a lot of tourism around the manatee sightings, and so you can go on a pontoon boat rides, kayaking tours, you can rent kayaks, you can rent scuba gear or snorkeling gear and whatnot. So there's lots of different options, but that also means as a personal boater, probably the best times to go and see the manatees would be like early in the morning and then like later at night, like sunrise, sunset time. So that way you have a little bit more time like by yourself and it's not as like popular. Even though we didn't see that many people, we are gonna come back tomorrow morning for another sighting.
Oh, that's a cool spot. Little manatee information boat. What'd you learn, babe?
So this area, Kings Bay, has the highest concentration of manatees in the world in the winter months in a natural place. So this is a natural freshwater spring area. And this area has a much lower concentration of manatees in the summer months. And to give you some context, the springs are always 72 degrees and the water temperature during the winter months is a bit colder. So the manatees come to this area for the warmer water and then they leave in the summer where the water's warmer in other places, which is really cool. We also learned that this time of year the manatees are mating.
Very cool. I'm very happy that we ended up coming here and you know, well, I guess you could theoretically come here on the overnight crossing. It is a stop on the Big Bend and the stop basically, so super happy we made it. Now let's take our girl to shore because she's been a very good sport on this hour-and-a-half long dinghy ride. And surprisingly, our electric motor is doing really well. At low speeds, it is extremely performant. We've only used about a quarter of the battery in an hour and a half, which is fantastic. But let's take her out, have a get here beer, and enjoy the evening.
It doesn't look like much, but it is a bowl of goodness. There's some roasted vegetables, including some kale, some broccoli, and some butternut squash and red onion, as well as some chickpeas that have a ton of spices on them to bring us to Flavor Town. And we have a tahini dressing on top. It's gonna be delicious. Nutritious and delicious. Two things that make a great meal. It is about 11:30 and we have spent the last few hours working. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. It may look just like fabulous, and it is fabulous, it really is, but there is a lot of work. For you to watch our videos, it means a lot to us. So thanks for watching today's video as we went from Cedar Key to Crystal River. And please stay tuned tomorrow where we travel to Anselote Key. And that will have completed our Gulf Crossing, which we did that hop. The Big Bend. But thanks for watching and we'll see you tomorrow.
What is it, Ollie? Hey. What? What is it? There's nothing out there. Just a bird. Shh.
Rick and Frosty, Rick and Frosty.